And good afternoon. This is Wednesday, December 7th, and this is our recorded lesson. Hey guys, today we are looking at lesson 1. This is our new unit in personal finance, and we are going to be checking out banking, savings, and checking. All right. If you did not complete your test from last week, that's okay. You are going to finish it tomorrow. And we only have 5 lessons within this unit. And then we will have an assignment on Monday to complete it. After the assignment, we'll keep on working on our culminatings and do some fun things next week as well before Christmas break. All right, so today is a video lesson, so you will find the video lesson links posted right here on the OneNote as well. So again, you'll find the video links right here in the lesson, and yeah, well, let's get going. So we should have this should be unit 8, but sorry, it says 6. Unit 8, lesson 1 in front of us. If you don't have this, there's a whole bunch of booklets right beside the teacher's desk. Go ahead and grab the booklet that says banking, checking, savings, and checking. Right? Throughout the video, please feel free to press pause, rewind, fast forward in order to get all the information down. Okay, so we have banks. Banks and other financial institutions offer many different investment alternatives. So ways that you access, save, grow your money. Okay, so how many people here have a bank account? That should be about majority of the class, definitely, or almost everybody. And yeah, I want to know more about your bank account. Okay, well, a little bit about banks before we get started. Banks provide let's fill in some words here, safe place to keep your money. Banks might pay you interest, which is a percent of what you have in the bank. So that's like an e-savings account. If you have an e-savings account situated with your banking, then definitely you will be making interest on that. You don't have to have a TFSA in order to make, or tax-free savings account in order to make interest, but a checking account will not make interest. So that would be like the account where you get paid into is not making interest. And then banks use your money to make more money. That's how they make money. And they also charge you fees. You probably know that there's lots of fees involved for transactions. You make. So what are some transactional fees that you make? I know Aiden, you were talking about this the other day, that you had a whole bunch of transaction fees. Yeah, what are they for? Maybe did you make some additional transactions? I know I definitely do. So additional transactions. Yeah, so let's say your account only allows you to make 25 transactions and then you made 26 this month, you are going to be paying over additional charges. Have you ever taken out money? Annika, ever taken out money at the ATM? Absolutely. Those are definitely additional charges there. And if you've ever done like a money transfer through email, so this would not be like an e-transfer, but like you can do different money transfers that do cost you charges, especially if your bank account doesn't allow for all of them to be free. So if you have money transfers, also, if you use your card, let's say outside of Canada. So if you use it in the States, if you use it out of country, all right, so unless you have a large sum of money in your bank, you usually pay the bank monthly fees. Then the bank pays you interest on your account. So you pay monthly fees. For you guys, since you should have a student account, it should be free monthly. However, there's definitely a limit on your number of transactions and things like that where you will pay additional fees. Once you are 25 years of age, or are no longer a student, you do have to pay monthly fees for a bank account. All right, so a checking account and a savings account. Let's look at the difference here. So a checking account is used for your day-to-day transactions. So that's where all your money is coming in and out. So your options, because you're probably be using this account a lot, choose a plan that allows you to make all the transactions that you need without paying all these additional fees. Since you're a student, you're definitely going to want to use the student uh, accounts or your student banking. However, when you get older and you're no longer a student, you have to start looking at your different options. There is so many different options for bank accounts and so many different branches as well. So pick and choose the one that best suits you and your needs. So if you make a lot of transactions and a lot of like payments and your money is moving a lot of ways, you're going to want to choose unlimited transactions. And if you usually make very few transactions, then definitely an account with lower monthly fees. And then if you have a steady balance in your account, you can choose a plan that waives the monthly fees if a minimum balance is maintained. Now, these minimum balances are not so minimum. So some of them you have to have over $10,000 in your account in order to not have a monthly fee. And now if you go underneath that $10,000, you start paying a monthly fee. So the minimum balance isn't so minimum anymore. It used to be like $1,000 and you get away with the fees, but that's no longer the case. Savings accounts used to save for a rainy day, so you can access the money that you need. It's helpful to have an account that's different from your day-to-day checkings because you're less likely to spend money that you've put aside in a separate account. So some of your options, so figuring out how you'll use your savings account can help you determine which type of account is right for you. So if you're usually saving, um, savings are differentiated by the minimum balance and how much you expect to accumulate. So you'll accumulate interest depending on how much you put in that account as well. And then savings accounts use fewer transactions and higher transactional fees than checking accounts. So this is why it's not used to day to day. So a lot of us have our account, you have your checking account, and then you have these free savings accounts that you can like move money into. If you go up to the bank account and you accidentally click on savings instead of like checkings when you're checking out, sometimes you can get a fee, and the fee is around $5 for using your savings account. But some people don't have that kind of those different accounts, which is completely fine. You might just have a checking account, but look into this. You can be making more interest in your savings accounts. And so that's just money that you can make without even doing anything. They're just having money in there. So that's something that you can look into. However, moving money from your checking and savings has to be, you have to be very careful so that you don't get those additional fees. Right, and we're going to talk about why the banks charge that fee for using money from your savings accounts. Why do you think? Why do you think you're going to get a charge? Why would you get charged? What are you thinking, Nolan? Are you here, Nolan? Is Nolan in class? All right, so the reason why we get fees for using savings accounts is because our bank wants us to save. So they want us to save. So if we're spending out of our savings accounts, they're going to charge us. They want us to save our money. So that's the reason why. All right, checking accounts. So here we have, we're going to review and compare different checking accounts offered by TD. So this is TD Canada Trust, and answer the questions below. So we have, these are our different ones. We have the minimum, we have the everyday, the unlimited, and the all-inclusive. So we see that we have the minimum. The monthly fees for like a minimum is $3.95 per month. The everyday, the unlimited, and the all-inclusive. All right. And then we have some what they offer. So the minimum offers, you get your monthly fee waived for $1,500. Every day is waived for these prices. Now they're a lot more. So after COVID hit, it's almost like they've taken this and quadrupled it. For students enrolled in post-secondary, you wouldn't pay anything. So the post-secondary or secondary, just for students, the monthly fee is free, and that would be through your everyday. You wouldn't be able to choose the minimum or the other ones for if you wanted a student account. For transactions, you get a total of 10 transactions for the minimum, 25 for the everyday. There's no, so these ones are unlimited. There's no limit for the unlimited and the all-inclusive. And we can see how much is for additional transactions. So you would probably have the student one, which is free. Any additional transactions, so any additional transactions over 25, you have to pay $1. Same with if you take, this is like an ATM. ABM is just ATM fees. So that's $1.50 that you would be paying for those fees. And then you also have to pay the ATM fees as well. So it's not just $1.50, right? We know that when we take money out of an ATM, it's almost around $4 or $5. So that's a fee that you pay for the ATM, and you also pay a fee for the bank for taking out money at an ATM. Now, if the ATM is your branch or your bank, then that's fine. And there are a lot of ways of getting around paying fees for ATMs. So one way you can do this is you can go into any grocery store and actually purchase like a pack of gum and go and get money taken out. So you can ask for money at an ATM or at like a convenience store sometimes and getting cash back. So that's one way of not paying these fees is getting cash out when you pay your debit card and make a transaction. So something so small, but you get something in return. You don't have to pay that additional $5 for nothing. If you're out of country, you're going to be having different payments, and that's about it. Okay, so what is the purpose of a checking account? All right, so you're spending money. So this would be like you're spending money when you're paying your bills. You have other transactions. So this is all done online. And why do we suppose the monthly fees are different for each account? Okay, we're going to continue this in the next link. So check out part 2.